in our lifetime, we always come across those students who usually don't study the whole year, but then somehow just before the exam, they manage to learn the major parts of the syllabus and end up getting a good result. They always come out with flying colors, and they always manage to salvage a difficult situation and turn it into a winning one. Rajasthan Royals is just one of them. Remember, Rajasthan Royals played their first match in Sharjah itself against CSK, and then while batting first, they were 186 after the end of the 19th over. And then came the big 30-run over where Archer hit 4 sixes. And then what happened? CSK even scored 200 themselves but still ended up losing by 16 runs. So that 30-run over was the turning point then, and now today a Rahul Tewatia 30-run over while batting, who salvaged the situation after he was struggling a lot and got redemption, gave Rajasthan Royals a record. What is the record? Rajasthan Royals became the team with the highest score chased in IPL. And if you look at this scorecard, you'll realize that there are a lot of, actually two, scintillating batting performance by them. But I just can't come to them right now because I have to delve into Rahul Balboa. I'm calling him Rahul Balboa because my favorite movie character Rocky Balboa and Rahul Tewatia has some connection. Remember Rocky Balboa, the boxer who always struggled in the first few rounds of his tie with his opponents? Rahul Tewatia looked like a similar guy because when he came in, I'll put it on record, when he came in after 9 overs, Rajasthan Royals were going very well. Smith got out after a 50. They had scored 100 and 2 wickets were down. They needed just 124 of 11 overs. Required run rate was close to 11.30. Now this guy comes in. He is sent as a pinch hitter. And just as Rocky Balboa, who always struggled, who was jaded, who always got hit by the opponents in face and somehow managed to survive, Rahul Tewatia used up the first 17 deliveries. He scored just 23 runs. The required run rate increased from 11.30 to over 15. It put pressure on the settled batsman who was going great guns, Samson, and it kept on increasing. And then, just like Rocky Balboa, what this Rocky Balboa did, he waited for his opponents to get tired and then gave the sucker punch to knock them out. And Rahul Tewatia did exactly that. Samson, when Samson got out after hitting a few sixes of Maxwell, they needed 51 of the last 3 overs. 51 with Shami, with Cottrell bowling and Shami having one more over left. Cottrell was relaxed. Cottrell and Kings 11 Punjab thought that, oh, the game is in our hands. We'll definitely win it because the required run rate then had climbed to 17. And then came the knockout punch of Rahul Tewatia. 5 sixes, not 1, not 2, but 5 sixes of 6 balls reminded of us of Yuvraj Singh. And suddenly the match turned on its head. He again went on to hit one more 6 in the next over of Shami. In between what happened, Archer came in. And when Archer came in next over, they still needed 21 runs of 12 balls when Archer came in the next over. Shami was bowling, hit 2 sixes. The last matches he had hit 4 sixes then. And then Rahul Tewatia hit one more. And then the equation was very, very easy. Rahul Tewatia also reminds me of a certain Yuvraj Singh. Yuvraj Singh, everyone remembers him for those 6 sixes in the 2007 T20 World Cup. But many might have forgotten the 2014 T20 World Cup final, when Yuvraj Singh was struggling like anything. Virat Kohli was settled at the other end. Virat Kohli couldn't get going because Yuvraj Singh was not being able to rotate the strike, and India ended up scoring a very less in the first innings and Sri Lanka chased that target. So this idea, one of my friend Arnav gave it to me while we were talking about the match, and I'm glad that Rahul Tewatia, a batsman like Rahul Tewatia, the all-rounder who while bowling today gave away 19 runs in one over and was removed, was able to make a comeback and was able to give out a version of the Yuvraj Singh of 27 and not 2014 at the end of the innings. It's how you end, it's not how you start or how you are at the middle. It gives us a life lesson also, because like in life we go through struggles. We just can't afford to tap out or back out just because we have that option. We should always put our faces right in the front of the storm, and we should just fight. And Rahul Tewatia just showed us that thing, that if you fight every hour, every minute, every ball, and just not tap out, the winning feeling or the great situations or the good memories will come back very very soon. The good things are just one step away. I'm getting very emotional, getting very philosophical also, so I'll move on to someone like Samson, who was another important part of Rajasthan Royals victory. This guy has worked his way out, who has got into the Indian team many times, has remained on the fringes, but this IPL he is showing some extreme character. Just like in the first match where he scored more than 70 with scintillating batting, over 200 strike rate, this match was nothing different. After Josh Buttler got out in the power play early, he came in just like the last game, only hit in the V. Only the balls which were full went straight, and the balls which were short were either cut or pulled. Simple batting technique for the Sharjah ground, and he was going over 200 strike rate till he got out. Also, I'll be pointing out how Smith as an opener succeeded. Remember, he was just playing his first game as an opener last match. There were doubts whether he would come down the order if Josh Buttler is back. But what he did, he took out youngster Yashasvi Jaiswal. I'm sure he will be getting opportunities in future. Backed himself as an opener and got an important vital 50 while doing his own thing, moving across the wicket, hitting boundaries on the leg side, hitting boundaries on the off side. And he and Samson never let the required run rate go above 11 or 12. That's most important in a chase over 200, that you never let the required run rate touch 15 in the first 10 overs. Then you lose the match from there. And then Rahul Tewatia and Archer did the finishing touches. And Samson also provides this opportunity to the selectors to select him for the Indian national team wicketkeeper when the international cricket resumes. Now, if I jump back to the Kings 11 Punjab batting innings, as you can see, as you have seen in the scoreboard, KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal had a blast. KL Rahul, remember last match centurion against RCB, was sensible in his batting. Today, he knew that it was Mayank's day. Mayank was going great guns, so he let him score. He took the second fiddle role. What he did, he played those singles, ones, twos, here there. Occasionally he hit those boundaries if the balls were very bad, and he gave maximum strike to Mayank Agarwal. He didn't try to compete with Agarwal. Agarwal, on the other hand, who has been having a great international and domestic and IPL career ever since he has come into the Indian Test team, just was going great guns. Just like Samson, he also hit the full balls in the V straight down the ground and cut or pulled the short deliveries. And the RR bowlers also bowled pretty bad. This was his first century in IPL, and this gives Kings 11 Punjab hope, because they have now got not one but two opening batsmen who can fire at the same level. Kings 11 Punjab scored 183 for the first wicket. Usually you win games after getting off a start like that, but there was a little blip in the run rate after that, because when 183 was scored and Mayank got out, it was 16.3 overs, run rate was 11.23. You usually expect, with batsmen like Rahul in the crease and Puran and Maxwell and others coming in the dugout, you expect them to score a lot of runs, maybe 240 odd. But what happened, just after Mayank fell, they just couldn't get those 15-20 run overs. And Rajput, to his credit, Ankit Rajput bowled an outside off stump angle and forced Rahul and company to hit on the offside. Rahul got caught slashing one to the deep point area. And that's where I feel they lost 20 odd runs. But that was not the reason of their loss. It's just that the Shami and Cottrell just gave it away when Rahul Tewatia was batting, because they thought that this guy is not hitting it today and this might not be his day. But you can never count out anyone in your game or in your life. And what is more exciting is that this is not the only review that I am doing today. Trisha is doing the review of the second T20I between Australia women and New Zealand women, Australia women has won the first match. So please go and watch that too, and subscribe to us on YouTube, like on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. For now, bye bye.